What's up, everybody? I'm back once again. God is still speaking through visions and dreams. Yes, He is. He's still speaking through visions and dreams. You know what I found out? I found out that if you want to know something, all you have to do is ask God. Ask Him about it. He'll direct you to the Word of God, or He'll speak to you in a dream. Or in some way, He'll speak to you over the pulpit, through the messenger of God, through the pastor or the preacher. He will communicate to you in some way. Okay? We have not because we ask not. Sometimes we just don't ask. All right, what I'm going to talk about today is, are there aliens? Are there aliens? Do aliens exist? Okay, we're going to back up. What is an alien? Alien is something foreign to this environment, this planet. Okay, and it's usually when we say alien, we are talking about something humanoid, intelligent beings that's foreign to this planet. Okay, and yes, aliens exist. But what I want to get into is, will there be an alien invasion? The question often come up, will there be an alien invasion? Yes, absolutely. There will be an alien invasion, and the invasion will be real. This will not be Project Bluebeam, as some people has been led to believe. The invasion will have nothing to do with Project Bluebeam, whatever that is. Okay, the invasion will be real, and we're going to go to some scriptures in the Bible. Okay, and listen. Actually, you can say we've already been invaded. They're already here. They're around us. They walk among us. We probably know some of them. We probably are related to some of them. I don't know. Okay, they're here. Aliens already walk among us. They look very human. I run across them quite frequently. Okay, so you may say, you may think, well, that's why you act a little strange, brother Thomas, brother Clint. But yeah, I run across them quite frequently. And usually when I do, the Spirit of God instructs me not to say anything to them. There was on one occasion I did say something, and I regretted it later. But yeah, usually the Spirit of God prompts me not to say anything to them. And so I don't have any excitement about them or anything. And a lot of times when I run across them, I don't know it's them until they have left, or until we have departed from each other. And then when I look back at at what happened, what transpired between me and them, I realized they weren't human. Okay, see, I'm not the only strange one that have these encounters. There are a lot of people have these encounters, but a lot of people don't talk about it. Yeah, they're already here. They've been here for a long time. Now, I'm going to let you know now, they are coming out of the closet. You remember when the gays came out of the closet? Back in the 70s and 80s? The aliens are coming out of the closet. They're telling you now that they are aliens. There are people on the internet now saying, I'm an alien. So some of them already come out of the closet. Some of them have already came out of the closet. Elon Musk says he's an alien. People don't believe him. I believe him. Yes, I believe him. He's an alien. I really believe he is. I remember many years ago, probably over 20 years ago, God began to open my eyes to this fact that there are aliens walking among us. And I remember the first person he showed me was this lady called Bjork. B, capital B, Jork. Bjork. She lives somewhere in Europe somewhere. She's a singer. But she was one of the first ones that God opened my eyes, my spiritual eyes, and let me see that this woman is not from here. And I think if you look at some of her videos, she pretty much indicate that in her videos. And whenever she do admit to that, it's taken as a joke. Okay, but the aliens, they're coming out of the closet. You're going to have people springing up all over the internet saying, I'm an alien. I'm an alien, I'm a Pleiadian, I'm a this or that. A lot of people ain't going to believe them. A lot of people just ain't going to care. Okay, but they've been here all a while. Actually, on the other hand, they was here before we got here. Okay? We are actually the invaders. Okay? We are actually God's children. God's children are the invaders. Okay? God gave this planet to us. They were here first, but God gave this planet to us. Okay? But the planet belongs to us now. And when Christ returned to rule and reign in the millennial reign, we're going to completely take this planet back. Completely take it from them. It's been a war over this planet ever since the humans been here. God created Adam. So yes, they're here. They were here first. And we came. And there will be an invasion. The invasion has already started. But there will be an invasion. There will be ships in the sky, and but they don't need to take the human race with ships and guns and lasers. They just keep us lying and fighting each other, lying with each other and fighting each other and shooting each other and getting high, and So that's how they're conquering humans. And just don't go to church and don't love God. Okay, don't love God. That's how they're conquering humans. So I'm gonna get right into this. Aliens are mentioned in the Bible. Okay, aliens are mentioned in the Bible. The first alien that was mentioned in the Bible, what we call an alien, is the serpent race. The serpent race, or the Draconians. Okay, you guys heard of the Draconians, right? Just Google it. Go to YouTube, look up Draconians, or the it's another name for. I call them the serpent race. Okay, and this is the book of Genesis, where it talks about the serpent, the seed of the woman. The seed of the serpent will be enemies to the seed of the woman. The seed of the woman is humankind. The seed of the woman, of course, is Jesus Christ. But it's the church, and it's mankind, it's humans. Okay? The seed of the serpent, of course, is his bad, devilish children. Like Cain. Even though Cain was Abel's brother, Cain had a different father. He had the same earthly father, which was Adam, but he had a different spiritual father. Okay? His father in heaven was evil. Abel's father in heaven was good. Okay? After Adam and Eve sinned, what did God say? God said that man has become as one of us to know good and evil. One of us. Who's one of us? One of Elohim, one of the gods. Okay? One of the gods to know good and evil. Elohim is good and evil. The gods are good and evil. Okay? 1/3 of the gods fell. Right? In the book of Revelation, 12th chapter. 1/3 of the gods fell. Okay? 1/3 of the stars, or 1/3 of Elohim, fell. So Cain's daddy was evil. Okay? Abel's father was good. Now they both had the same earthly fathers, but they had different genealogies. I mean, different genes because Cain was listed in a different genealogy than Abel. Okay, they had two different genealogies. If you read about it in the book of Genesis, two different genealogies. So they were very different. Cain was the seed of the serpent. Didn't Jesus Christ say that Satan was a murderer from the beginning? He was a murderer. Who was in the beginning? Who committed the first murder? Cain. He's actually referring to Cain as Satan, the devil. Okay? And just like Judas, he's called Judas a devil. Okay? Judas was not, I don't believe Judas was human. Okay? Although Christ still extended salvation to him. But he was not, I believe he was of the seed of the serpent. Because the Bible called him the son of perdition, or the son of destruction, which is the same name he gives the Antichrist, the same exact name. Okay? So Satan's seed is here. There are people here that they will never do right. They will never do right. I don't care what you do. But it's important we still have to reach out to them and extend salvation to them. But some people they will never be saved. That's the reason why you need guns and bullets. This is the reason why you need a badge. This is the reason why you need the law, okay, law enforcement, because some people ain't gonna never do right. The only thing that's gonna restrain them is law. If you go to the 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, the book I've mentioned so often, if you go there, you'll see where the scripture says that the lawless one, when the lawless one comes, he's going to execute lawlessness. There's a scripture in 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, said, for the mystery of iniquity, or for the mystery of lawlessness do already work. Okay? It's already here. Satan's seeds are already here. Aliens are already here. For the mystery of iniquity do already work. Only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Listen, what this is saying is lawlessness, as Jesus said, is going to increase. Iniquity and lawlessness is going to increase. The only thing is going to restrain lawlessness is law. That's the reason why you need police officers. That's the reason why you need guns and bullets, as I said. Because the only thing that's going to restrain these evil people in this world, like Islam and the LGBT, is law. Once you remove law, you're going to have lawlessness like you had when Joe Biden was in office and like you had when Obama was in office. The LGBT went crazy, okay? They were getting naked in the streets, getting naked in front of children because they didn't feel there was no restraint. The law did not restrain them. The police officers walked right by them. Right, they escorted them naked down the street. Okay? It was nothing. They didn't do anything about it because law was taken out of the way. When you remove the 10 Commandments, things got worse. When they removed the 10 Commandments in different cities, took them out of the schools, took prayer out of the schools, things got worse. We know that, okay? Because that restraint was moved. It says, and then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord, verse 7. 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 7, for the mystery of iniquity do already work, only he, and it says he, but this word he is a neuter word. It's a neuter word. Only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. When you take, and I believe it's talking about the law, when you take the law out of the way, you will have lawlessness. Now, are there aliens? Will there be an alien invasion? Yes, there will definitely be an alien invasion. There are scriptures on this to prove this. They are coming. They are coming. There will be some here during the 3 days of darkness. There are scriptures for that, but I'm not going to talk on that. Maybe that might be my next video. They will be lurking in the darkness, during the 3 days of darkness. Aliens, demons, monsters will be in that darkness. Okay? They will be in there in that darkness. Now, yes, they're here. They were in Genesis 6. Okay, we know in Genesis, the book of Genesis, chapter 6, where the angels came down, and of course, some of you are familiar with the book of Enoch. Talks about the angels coming down. The angels. Now another thing, the church don't call aliens, and extraterrestrials. We call them demons and devils and angels and fallen angels, and that's what we call them. But the people in the world call them extraterrestrials, ETs, humanoids, aliens. Okay, they got their own terminology, their own words. Okay, but it's all the same thing. Okay, so in the book of Genesis, the aliens came down then and they had sex with women. They're going to do the same thing again. They're going to have sex with women. Then you're going to hear about more and more people having sex with these aliens. And listen, I'm going to tell you something else. I believe they're already doing it. I'm pretty sure they're already doing it. I'm pretty sure they have already given birth to some of these devils that's been on this earth. 'Cause I'm going to say this, and some people might be offended, but a lot of those little strange looking, funny looking children in Africa and all around the world, with them pointed heads, and some of them look like monkeys, and some of them look like buck-toothed beavers, and all kind of strange looking. I don't believe they're human. I'm just going to say I don't believe they're human. But you're supposed to treat everybody just like they are. Okay? Don't show any partiality to anybody. But I'm just going to tell you, I don't believe they're human. They just some strange looking folks in this world. And God didn't make us like that. God didn't make us like that. He didn't make us looking like monkeys and worms and birds. And we don't supposed to look like it. Some people got scales on them. And listen, I'm going to tell you what God showed me. God still speaks through visions and dreams. Yes, he does. I'm going to tell you what he showed me. I said, there are coming, listen to me, there are coming people. There are people that are coming. There are coming some people, their entire eyeball, the pupil, the iris, and I think it's called the sclera or something, the white part, that white part is going to be black. Okay? There are coming people. You're going to see people in this world, their entire eye is going to be black. They're not human. Don't let them tell you they're human. They're not. And they're going to say it has something to do with genes or genetic defect. No. It's a genetic defect, all right. It's an alien genetics. It's going to be alien genetics. They won't be human. I'm telling you, you're going to see some people, their entire eyes are going to be black. Okay? You're going to see some strange, peculiar looking people. They won't be human. Okay? You're going to see people, they're going to shapeshift. They're going to take on different forms. Okay, we're going to see more and more of this, okay? Because their plan is to take the planet before Jesus Christ come back, to take the planet. All right, so listen. If you go to Numbers, the book of Numbers. No, not the book of Numbers. Okay. Jesus Christ told us that just as it was in the days of Noah, so will it be in the day when the Son of Man return. Son of Man, that's him and us. Son of Man, we are sons of men, right? When he returned and when we return with him. Just as it was in the days of Noah, how was it in the days of Noah? Aliens was having sex with women, and there were men having sex with female angels or female deities and given birth to all types of strange creatures, beings. Okay, they will be here in the millennial reign. You will have to deal with aliens in the millennial reign, demons, okay, devils, whatever you want to call them. They will be here. Okay, they will be here. If you go to now, a lot of them, listen. If you go to Daniel 9:21, Daniel 8:5-17, Acts 12:15. It lets you know very clearly that angels can and do look like humans, look very much like humans. If you go to Acts, you remember the story about Peter when God broke those chains and let Peter out of prison, and Peter left the prison camp and went to someone's house, knocked on the door. The little girl went to the door and said, and saw Peter there, and she said, and she wouldn't open the door for Peter because the Bible said they thought that was Peter's angel. Because did y'all know that you have an angel that looked just like you? Did you know that? I don't know. Actually, I don't know if that is you or you have one that look like you. But there is a spiritual being that's identical to you. Identical. Okay? And this reason why, and they understood this back then. When they looked out there and saw it was Peter, they said, that's Peter's angel. That's not Peter because Peter's still in jail. That's what they thought. Read the story. Acts 12:15. They said, Peter's still in jail. That's his angel. Listen, I saw my angel. I saw my angel. Again, if you want to see something, you want to know something, you want to understand something, just ask God. He will show you. He will teach you if you're interested. Okay? We have not because we ask not. We don't know because we just won't ask. I saw my angel, and he was gorgeous. I mean, to me, at least to me he was. To me, he was super gorgeous. Okay? I couldn't believe how beautiful that guy was. But he was identical to me, except he was just gorgeous. Okay? So I believe that was my angel. All right? But angels look a lot like humans. As a matter of fact, if you go to Daniel, the book of Daniel 9:21 and the book of Daniel 15:17, it says they call the Daniel said the man Gabriel. He called Gabriel. We know Gabriel is an angel. He called Gabriel a man. Okay, because he had human form. He looked like a man. Okay, we were made in the image and likeness of who? Elohim. Elohim looks like a man. Okay? They look like men. So they are already here. They walk among us. There's a scripture that says, be careful how you entreat people and how you handle people as you go about, because you could be entertaining an angel. You find that in Hebrews 13:2. Okay? You could run across angels unaware because they look just like humans. Now, not all of them. Angels, remember, the word angel just simply means messenger. Messenger, deputy, pastor, agent, officer, pastor. That's all it means. So it could be in human form. The rooster, I guess, the rooster that crowed before Jesus Christ was crucified, I guess you can call him an angel, because he did the work of the Lord and delivered a message. Same with the donkey in the Old Testament with Balaam. Remember the story of Balaam, the donkey talking to Balaam? The donkey was talking. He did the work of a messenger. Okay? So anything can be an angel. It can look like an angel. You don't have to look like a human. You can have 4 heads, 5 heads, 6 arms, anything. Okay? That's all angel means: messenger, agent, officer, deputy. That's what angel means, okay? Now, so they take on human form. And it's very possible that you've already run across some, but you just didn't know it. Because the Bible tells us we do. We encounter angels unaware. Acts 12. Nope. Where did I just see that? Acts 12:15. No, wait a minute. No, Hebrews 13:2. Okay, we encounter angels unaware. Now listen, this is what I'm gonna get to real quick here. I'm trying to keep these videos under 30 minutes. There's coming a time when, listen, I'm gonna tell you again, God still speaks through visions and dreams. I saw in a dream that our sky was a rainbow color. Okay, that sky was some kind of rainbow color. And after this rainbow color sky, people were panicking. I saw people panicking. And after this rainbow color sky, I saw strange people on the planet. Okay, they are coming. And a lot of them are already here. They just haven't revealed themselves. All right. Now, go to Revelation 12:4. Revelation 12:4 says, and it's talking about that old serpent, the dragon that drew 1/3 of the stars. And you know the stars and angels are synonymous. The stars and angels are synonymous. Whenever they're talking about a star, they're talking about angels or the extraterrestrials or fallen angels or demons or whatever. Okay? You see this in Deuteronomy 17:3. Deuteronomy 17:3. But there are many scriptures that show that the stars and the angels are synonymous. So in Revelation 12, it says, 12:4 says, and his tail, the dragon's tail, drew 1/3 of the stars of heaven and did cast them to the earth. Okay? Did cast them to the earth. So a great number of extraterrestrials from other planets, this is what this is saying, from other planets are coming to the earth and has been here. Okay, they have been falling from the beginning, coming here because they was here before we got here, and they're still falling. Okay, and they will continue to fall all the way until the end of the age. Okay, and this is referring to the end of the age as well. Okay, you go to Revelation 12. I think Revelation 12:12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. Okay. See and when the dragon saw, this is 13th. This is the 13th. Wait, let me back up. It says, woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Then the 13th verse says, and when the dragon, now see, he called the dragon the devil, that drew 1/3 of the stars. The stars or the planets and the stars are synonymous with angels. And here in the Bible, they are called devils, fallen angels, or whatever you want to call them. Okay? And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman. So he's coming here. They are coming. Aliens are coming. They're going to persecute the church. Okay? He's already in the LGBT. He's already in Kim Jong-un. He's already in Vladimir Putin. Okay? He's already in these people. He's already in Islam. Okay? And he's operating in them already. The spirit of iniquity is in these people, is in these nations and these government leaders. The spirit of iniquity. Iniquity. Okay? So he already have I guess you can say a headquarters here. He's got everything already set up. Okay, you have walking bodies here. Okay, so they're coming, and they're going to invade the planet. This will not be Project Blue Beam, whatever that junk is. This is just coming to confuse you. This alien invasion will be real. Okay, so to answer your question, yes, there will be an alien invasion. I know people. Listen, if you're God's child, you have nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about, man. Just do what's right, live right, talk right, do the best you can. Trust God for your life. There's some things coming, y'all. There's some things coming. Nothing to be worried about. I try when I talk to you about this stuff, I try to leave you with a ray of hope as well. And that hope is in Jesus Christ. Just hold on to him the best you can. And he's gonna see you through. Okay, he's gonna see us through, So all right, that as I said, there will be an alien invasion. And even after Jesus Christ gets here, set up his millennial reign, they will still be here. He will allow them to stay here for a while, as long as they're not causing problems, breaking laws. He's going to allow them to stay here. There are going to be some of them here. There are going to be giants here. Still, again, they're going to be giants, just as it was in the days of Noah. So shall it be in the day of this coming of the Son of Man. Okay? The end is declared from the beginning. The Bible said he declared the end from the beginning. In other words, if you want to understand what the end is going to be like, understand the beginning. Because the end is going to be like the beginning. All right? So yeah, whatever way it was in the beginning, that's the way it's going to be in the end. So yeah, they're going to be here in the millennial reign. So they're coming and they're already here. I asked God to let me see things. I asked him, I said, let me see it. I want to see. He let me see. He let me see. But he do it in a way where I can't prove it. You remember when Jesus Christ was down on the cross? And he saw those alien beings all around his cross. One of them he called the bulls of Bashan. The bulls of Bashan. See, when you're under a lot of stress, you can see and hear in the spiritual realm. And some people just say you hallucinate. That's what we call it, hallucinations. No, hallucinations, you sing into the spiritual realm. You are seeing and you are hearing the invisible. Because stress will cause that. And sometimes you don't be under stress. Sometimes God will just let you see things. I asked him to let me see things. And when Jesus Christ was on the cross, he saw those, there were aliens standing around that cross, watching the Son of God die. And he called one of them the bulls of Bashan. That's those, their gods are the gods that those gods were half bull and half man. Yeah, they're called minotaurs. The mythical creatures is called minotaurs. Mythical creatures are real. They're real. They're not just merely myths. Don't let nobody tell you that. All right, God still speaks through visions and dreams. Yes, he does. He still speaks through visions and dreams. But more importantly, he speaks through that word. He speaks through the Bible. More important than anything, nothing supersedes the Bible. Nothing is superior to the written word of God. No dream. Have I been tricked on dreams? Yes. But have I learned a lot through dreams? Yeah, I have. I've learned a lot. And if there's things you need to understand or want to understand, just ask God. He'll show you. He'll teach you. He'll teach you. He'll show you. But you got to do what he say. Because if he show you and you don't do what he say, you're not obedient to him, then what you're going to do is harden your own heart. It's going to be more difficult to hear him when you really need to hear him. So if he show you something or give you some instructions or tell you something to do it. Then that way, when you really want to hear him, the next time you hear him real clear. Okay, if you're in a situation, you know what I'm saying? All right. we're going to talk some more about the crowns. The crowns. And, yeah, some other things. All right. All right. God bless you all. I hope you're getting something out of this. I wish my following was larger, but I'll take what I can get. Hope I can be a blessing to whoever I'm being a blessing to. I'm grateful for that. Okay.